Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing on this Sunday? I hope it's all is well. I'm coming in to make a live video about Trump has signed an executive order stating there will be only male and female to be recognized in the USA as the only gender. Yes, indeed. He did sign that executive order when he first came into office about a week or so ago. And yeah, a lot of people are in an uproar about this. So I just want to come in and make a small video and get your input on it. So, yes. So basically, on the first day back in office, President Trump issued a executive order declaring the U.S. government will only recognize a person's sex assigned at birth, limiting the definition of male or female to the respective cells and potentially withhold federal funding from the programs that acknowledge transgender people or ideology. So, in other words, they're not, no other sexes is going to be recognized, no other transgender. And you have to be recognized as either male or female. This is even going as far as on people's passports. So, say for instance, if an individual has a passport and they come in and they say, as a woman, well, on the outside, you're a woman, but biologically, you are a male. So, that will be changed. I even think as far as other identification like driver's licenses and things like that will have to be changed as well. So a lot of people are in an uproar about this. Um, we got even on down to the bathrooms. It's only going to be male bathroom, female bathroom, and I honestly think they should have a third bathroom for other, just in case whoever identifies themselves as anything else, you need to go specifically in that bathroom. If you're a female and you're identifying yourself as a male, then you need to go into the other bathroom and vice versa. So, what do you guys think about that? Do you think this is something that Trump has done is a good thing, or what? What do you think about it? So, medical and legal experts say the executive order rejects the reality of sexual and gender diversity and are concerned about the implications it will have for intersex or transgender Americans. So he's overturning this. This is something that Biden put in place initially. He initially did this like DEI stuff and put all of this stuff in place, and so Trump is he's overturning it. He's stating this is not going to be, So I'm sort of with Trump. I agree that it should only be male and female because it can be very confusing to kids, even children as young as 10 years old. They were born a male or female, and they're trying to say, okay, they are something else. They feel like they something else, so they want to be something else. They even cutting out giving medication to young children who consider themselves who want to be acknowledged as something different. So yeah, let me just say a quote from what I came up with from Representative Tim Walberg stated, these executive orders are really, really good. So these executive orders are really good. And so he stated that many children and teens go through challenges that are awkward and uncertain times as they grow up. Permanent, life changing decisions made during these times can lead to immense regrets. So we're talking about children who are saying, okay, they want to identify themselves as the opposite sex. So this is very confusing for young children. He also stated that that's why we have laws in place to prevent children from making many permanent decisions that are not capable of fully consenting to it. Regardless of one's thoughts on the topic, it should be common sense that taxpayers are not funding gender transition for minors. So this even go as far as the transition for minors. Minors who are trying to say, okay, I'm a little girl, but I really want to be a little boy, or I'm a little boy and I really want to be a little girl. No, that's not going to be the executive order that Trump signed was only for male and female. And also, they're not going to be allowed to give medication and any of that to children anymore. There are some cases where when I did my research, I noticed that there are some cases where young children are taking like hormonal medicine because they want to change, they want to have breasts or, whatever they want to do to change their sex. That is out of the question. They used to have that, but no, they don't have that anymore. Trump has said they're going to do away with all of that. That is something they're going to do away with. And like I say, the order which Trump signed from the Oval Office is a part of a broader campaign promises to rid the nation of what he called transgender insanity and reverse diversity and inclusion initiative instituted by Biden administration. So this DEI is something else. I tell you, boy, a lot of people are upset about it. People who are on the side of Trump, they understand what Trump is trying to do. They think that it should only be male and female. So as of today and going forth, the official policy of the United States government will only be two genders again, male and female. Trump said this in his inauguration address as well. So going forward, everybody have to just understand that is what it's going to be, and it's nothing really that anybody can do about it. So in other words, the executive order, which pledged to defend women from gender identity and restore biological truth to the federal government, defines male and female not by physical or chromosomal differences, but by reproductive functions, which an administration official said was done intentionally. So in other words, if you were really born a male, then that's what you have to be identified for. If you were really born a female, that is what you're going to be identified for. Chromosomes are characteristics of sex, of your sex, but the binary nature of sex is the reason you are larger reproductive cell, the small reproductive cell working together in a binary function orders to perpetuate the species, an official said. So everybody have their thoughts about what they think about this, but they got we got two sexes, right? X, we have an X, and then we have the Y. And so these are specifically going to be the only two sex that's identified here in America. So Monday's order also directs the incoming Attorney General and Secretary of Homeland Security to bar transgender people from governmental funding single-sex facilities and best aimed with gender identity, including prisons, migrant housings, and domestic shelters. The order directs the Bureau of Prisons to halt the use of federal dollars for gender-affirming care, something several incarcerated trans people have successfully challenged in court. So in other words, with the Biden and Kamala administration, what they did, they put in these orders where people were able to, like from prison, get sex changes. Even on down to, we had some immigrants over here, the migrants. they were coming over here and they were saying they wanted the sex change and they was going to pay for this all on the taxpayers' dollar. Can you imagine the madness that, paying for this on taxpayer dollars? I feel that, okay, if you're transgender and you want to get a sex change, you need to pay for that with your own money. Why is it American tax dollars have to pay for this? This should not be. If you consider yourself a different sex than what you were born, you should have to pay for that. Taxpayers should not have to pay for that. So again, a lot of people are in an uproar about this and mad about it. But hey, you cannot force something on somebody. That's another thing. You cannot force on people to accept that you want to be a transgender male or transgender female. I think just the order and the language of the just having the two sexes is good, because then it starts to confuse children. Children, 1 minute they'll say they want to do things they mind, and like that Republican man said, what was his name again? Representative Tim Walberg. He's a Republican from District 5. Regarding Trump's executive order, it stated many children and teens go through challenges that are awkward and uncertain times as they grow up. Permanent life-changing decisions made through these times can lead to immense regret. So in other words, you got a male child or a female child, let them be that. Don't, I feel like a lot of parents condone this here, and I don't think it's something should be condoned. Children, they are impressionable. They 1 minute they say something else, say one thing, and then the next minute they change their mind. And the law that was put in place is to prevent children from making permanent decisions that they are not capable and fully consenting to. So I mean, just let a kid be a kid. Let a kid be a male. If he was born a male child, let him be that. If he was born a female child, let him be that. Do not confuse the child. Do not confuse them, because I think in the long run, as time go on, they will probably regret it. And I think a lot of, like I say, parents, they condone this. They condone it. And regardless of one's thoughts on the topic, it should be a common sense that taxpayers are not funding gender transition for minors. So we shouldn't be funding any gender transition for minors. We shouldn't be funding it for adults. We should not be doing it, period. And so that's one of the main reasons why that executive order by Donald Trump was signed, because he was like, this is a matter of basic common sense, And so a lot of things that Trump said he was going to do when he was on the campaign trail, he's doing what he said he's going to do. He's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. And a lot of people are in an uproar about it. I mean, I feel that he's doing the right thing. I don't feel that he's not. What do you guys think about it? Do you think it's something that's appropriate or something that he shouldn't be doing? I think the executive order declaring on the two sexes is by biology. Some biologists say it's wrong, but I don't think so. Why would you say it's wrong when a person was initially born that way? The order describes sex as one of the psychiatrists or psychiatrists says that just because a person is born that way, it doesn't mean that they feel that way in their mind. So this is everybody got they say so about this whole thing, but a lot of money is going into things that taxpayers should not have to pay for. I think it's a good thing that Trump has done. What do you guys think? Do you think it's something that is going to harm people, adults or children, and adults or adults. When you reach a certain age, let me take that back. When you reach a certain age, an adult age, you can do what you want to do. But I don't think a confusion should be imposed on young children. I think just allow them to be who they were born to be, and then there won't be any issue. When they get older, if they choose to do something different, then that will be on them. The order directly contradicts a number of existing laws, and recent court rulings is likely to face legal challenges, some say. It also defines decades of research into how the human body grows and develops. So I honestly think, as far as biblically wise, I don't want to turn this into a religious or a sermon or anything. I think biblical wise that it was always male and female. I don't recall any like transgenders or people changing them sexes back in the days, back in biblical days. That's what I'm saying. There's no evidence of that. And so, yeah, we'll just see how far it goes. But Trump has already signed this order. And so now people are saying this is going to challenge, this is going to be a challenge for people who are transgenders. You know, like I stated in the video earlier, everybody should have their own prospective bathroom to go to. I don't think a man should be coming in a female's bathroom, and a female shouldn't be going in a male's bathroom. You know, it should maybe be othered. I don't know how Trump is going to do with that, but it's gonna cause some confusion for a lot of people in the long run. A lot of people are already not agreeing with this, but hey, you can't always make everybody happy, right? So many other provisions are likely to be challenged in court. A lot of people want to take this to court and try to see if they can get it overturned. Defining a male and a female based on cells that don't exist at conception. So this is I think it's being dragged out worse than what it has to be. You know, I mean, it's simple. The order simply declares that there are just two sexes, male and female. What is so hard about that? But some say it rejects that people can transition from one gender to another or be considered something other than male or female, such as a non-binary, which describes people who don't identify as strictly men or women or intersex. They got it also where they say some people were born with two sexes. So this is gonna go a little bit far. People are gonna try to take it to court and fight it, but we'll see what happens. The position reflects what many social media conservatives have called for, and conflicts with what American Medical Association and other mainstream medical groups say, that extensive scientific research suggests sex and gender are better understood as a spectrum than as either or definition. Trump says in the order that he signed, it's intended to protect women's spaces for those who self-identify as women. So in other words, women want to be protected. We don't want, men coming in our bathroom. So if you're a woman and you in the bathroom and say you got a man who comes in there who want to say, okay, he's a transgender, we don't know if that's true or not. So that's why it's better that it's done this way, even on down to the games, sports, down to sports. Women have to be protected. Men cannot be fighting in women's sports. So it can only be women fighting against women or boxing against women. It cannot be males. So if it defines the sexes in an unconventional way based on reproductive cells, large cells in females or small ones in males, and it is suggested that the human have those cells at conception. So a male is a much stronger than a female. We all know that. When it's come to a fight or something, a man is always going to get the best of that because he is much stronger. So biologists say that a problem that is a problem because egg cells develop many weeks later and sperm cells are product produce puberty, not at conceptions. At that stage, sexual differentiation has not started to take place. So I don't understand what all of that has to do with, male or female. I mean, what parts of the order are in effect? I don't understand what these uh, biologists are trying to say. So a lot of people are going to try to take this to court. The executive order tells one White House staff member to draft a bill for Congress within 30 days that would codify the definition into law. So they definitely pushing to make this a law. So there's a lot of things going on. And yes, guys, I just want to get your comment on this. Like I say, even going on down to the airport, all of that stuff is going to change. What about transgender federal prison inmates? The order contains specific details on how it should apply to federal prisons, which house 2,300 transgender inmates, about 1.5% of the total population. It's called for housing transgender women. There are more than 1,500 in men's prison and for halting gender affirming medical care. So it's not going to be no more medical care for anybody who's want to identify as a different sex. All of that's going to be affirming surgery in recent years as a result of court orders. A larger number have received other treatments such as hormones. So yes, they do do the hormones, but all of that stuff with the surgery and different stuff is going to stop. Some people, yes, they have had the hormonal changes, and we're not going to have that going for children. Just let children be children. So some people are saying it's a human rights violation, that people should have the right to do what they want to do. Okay, you can do what you want to do, but don't oppose it on taxpayers and don't oppose that on young children. Now, will Medicaid be stopped for paying for gender affirming care? I believe it will stop. Medicaid, a joint federal state health insurance program for lower income people, covers gender affirming care in some states. And that was from a former President Biden administration adopted a rule to make it do so naturally. But judges put that on hold. So now that Trump has signed this executive order, this is not going to be covered anymore. All of this stuff is off the taxpayers' dime. The taxpayers got to pay for this. So it's unclear what might happen to the coverage in states that choose to offer it. Lizzie Dawson, director of LGBTQ health policy at the Health Policy Research Organization, said that eliminating the coverage where it's already in place will likely involve a long process and likely others will face court challenges. I don't feel that all of this is coming from taxpayers. I feel that anybody want to do a change on their identity or who they initially are, I feel that they should pay for it out of pocket. Taxpayers should not be forced on taxpayers. Taxpayers should not have to cover anything when it comes to transgender. So what do you all think about this? Do you think Trump signing this executive order is something good, or you don't think it's good? Yeah, so everything on these passports, the order reverses Biden's administration to broaden gender identity designation, including on passports, as I stated earlier. Passports are going to be changed as well. It's not going to have on there, I don't know specifically what it may say. It may say transgender. I don't know what it would say, but it's going to be, if you're coming as a female and you were born a biological male, it's going to say male. So as of today, it is put in place that these will be the only two genders. So he did this like the first week that he got in office. Trump, he put this through. So a lot of people are in an uproar, but I don't feel anything should be pushed on taxpayers. And I agree that it should only be male and female should be recognized as the only genders in the USA. So, guys, I'm going to get ready and cut this video short. You let me know, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea that this is something that Trump has done? Okay, guys, so I will talk to you soon, and I will be coming in a little bit later with another video. And that video later on, I know later on this evening, I want to talk a little bit about the mayor over there in Chicago, Dalton. I want to talk about her a little bit later. But I'm going to come in, I think around, I would say maybe 3 o'clock. I'm thinking 3 o'clock. I'll come back in, and I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to talk about, but you can get a chance. You can look and you'll see what my next upcoming video is about. So I will talk to you all soon, and you all have a great day. Bye-bye.